Hey YouTube, how you doing? In this video we're going to talk about the new to me Canon RP full frame camera. Now I bought this camera with the 24 to 105 lens. It's a kit lens. It's not the f4, it's the f4 to 7.1 lens. So it's a kit lens. It's much more inexpensive. And as of May 2020, this camera body is $999 with the 24 to 105 4 to 7.1 lens. It's only $12.99. So I just went ahead and picked up the lens with it for $12.99. Seemed like a good deal. I love this camera. I also, as you can see, picked up the battery grip. This battery grip was about $72. It's a DSTE, so you can look that up on Amazon. It was about $72, but it also came with 2 batteries, and it also came with a little remote control for it. So you can see every video on YouTube about the RP complains about this little where they could put their pinky. Well, this is where you put your pinky. You just buy this battery grip for 72 bucks, and well worth it. It makes the camera chunky. It's a good camera. Makes it nice, and it's basically like a T3, or excuse me, I used to use a T3i, like a T6i or even a T7i. So it's got the bulk, but it's not huge like the 6D Mark II. It is weather sealed. I don't know that I want to take it out in the weather, in the bad elements right away. I'd probably go ahead and fall back to the T3i for that, unless it was something that was a paid gig that I really needed the full frame. But I'm really excited about this camera. We're going to take a tour around a little pond, and we're going to come up with these photos. So as you can see, I think these came out pretty well. I got lucky that I had some great weather conditions there and was able to get some pictures of this very calm pond, a great sky. I did edit some of these, added a little color, that sort of thing in Lightroom, so take that for what it is. But these are very sharp, very good photos for just a walk. Again, this camera, let me put this up there a little closer. It's a good looking camera. There's a lot of things I like about this camera. I'll go into details on that. I will do a video on going through the menu and how you would set this up for street photography or any other photography. So again, one of the things I like about this that makes it great for some landscape photography is this lens that I got with it, the 24, not a 28, that's important. It's a 24 to 105. Gives you just a little bit room to expand there to get your landscapes in. Very nice for that. This would be the equivalent in an APS-C sensor of, I believe, a 15 to, I had it written down here, 15 to 65. So if you're using an APS-C, then it would be, again, 15. So I like that. Instead of 18, it's 15. I like that. That extra little, again, is nice. 24, but again, full frame, so that's nice. So gonna do this photo walk, get out to this, see what we can come up with here. I think you'll like these photos. You'll like what this camera can do. I would jump on this now. $12.99. It's actually a little more, I think $14.99 if you get it with the 24 to, what is it, 180 or 200, something like that. It's in there. I didn't need it. That would have been a bit too much. I really don't even get to the extent. I stay within, I'll probably stay within the 24 to 50 range, something like that. Well, I'm sorry, I do go to 85. I think 85 would be the extent, and I do plan on picking up some more lenses for this. But anyway, you can check out all the videos that give you the details. I'm not going into details, just wanted to give kind of a review of what I liked about it. I'm going to have another video coming up, as I said, that'll dig into the menu items and go through there, and I'll give you some updates on things I really do like about this camera. Some things I'm going to talk about in this video: the touch autofocus shutter release, which I really like. You just bang, bang, bang. Can be discreet, like, let me check this photo here, bang, take that picture, if you want to be discreet about it. So I like that. In landscape photography, doesn't really do a whole lot. I don't know what you would, I mean, it's I guess it's nice. But oh, one thing I did notice that's a little different about this than the T3i, T7i, whatever you're using. If you pull this all the way out, it will not rotate all the way. It stops. And I was like, whoa, well, this sucks. I mean, what, you know. So what you have to do with this door, I'm not sure if you can see it here, you pull it out about this far, then you tilt it all the way around, and you see, then it'll tilt. Sorry about that. It'll tilt all the way around. But if you pull it all the way out, it locks it from doing that for some reason. But if you're here, you can do it. So I don't know what was up with that, but just something that I didn't pay attention to out there, and I didn't want to break the camera, so didn't realize till I got home. So anyway, that's the Canon RP with the 24 to 105 f4 to 7.1 lens with the DSTE grip. I highly recommend it. So like the video, subscribe. I got more videos coming with the RP if you want to check those out. So again, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to walk around, and I don't think we're going to use the tripod for this because we don't need it. We'll change our aperture to 6.3. You use the back dial here for the aperture. 6.3, and I'm at 400th of a second, which I don't really need to be. That's pretty low, so we'll change that, and we'll go down to 200th of a second. So at 200th of a second, okay, and we'll zoom in. I'm zoomed in at about 85, so I'm at 85 on the full frame, and there's a little, this thing is pretty badass. I'm going to go in a little tighter here. I'm going to pull back. This is just beautiful. Just beautiful. These are coming out great. I can't tell you how ecstatic I am to have this RP camera, my first full frame camera. These are some great shots to be getting for my first shots. And again, I'm at 200th of a second, 7.1, so let me pull this down. How did that happen? Okay, let me pull this back down to, okay, it can't go to 6.3. This lens, as soon as you extend it out over 24, it goes to a 7.1. So we are at a 7.1, which I have no problem with. So I'll pull down my shutter speed to about 100. And I am at 85, so you should double up. So this is probably not the best. But I can tell you, this thing is still going to be tack sharp. Because we're at 7.1, I've got it on 100. So since I've got this pulled out at 85, let's double up and go to 160 and see what we get on this. And okay, I've got this set on highlight priority, and what that does is it guarantees me I can't blow out the highlights. And you can see, if you can see, that barn has the evening sun hitting it, getting close to golden hour here, and that could be easily washed out, but I've got this set to where it will not be washed out because I've got the exposure locked in on that, and it will not allow it to be blown out. So it's going to limit what I get here, and that's great. Now it's really irrelevant because I can take care of this in Lightroom, but it's just nice to know. And by the way, this grip, you turn this on and you can shoot vertical like this because it has the button right here. So you can shoot like this, which is really cool. And we'll try to shoot some of these. I'm going to lower this. I don't know what this is getting, so let's lower that, and we'll just go like that. Bam. Another thing I love about this camera, and I'll show you right here, if you hit this, the touch shutter enabler. So now I can be like this. Hope you can see this. I can touch right there, and boom, it just hit that shutter right there for me. As soon as you touch that, it's going to focus and shoot. So that's pretty cool. So if you're walking along trying to do some street photography, you can just kind of, well, my finger went in front of that. You can just kind of do one of these numbers and shoot that automatic shutter. This is just awesome. So let's get some different vantage points. Let's walk around here. Some people fishing. Oh, this is cool. Oh, okay. Okay, we're framing this between the trees here. The parking lot. Oh. That's pretty cool. Okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, I can't tell you how awesome this thing is. Let's get in some vertical shots here. Oh, like that. It's cool. I think I want to walk this way. This is great. So again, we've got the Canon RP. This thing is $999 with the lens. It's $12.99. That's the 224 to 105. Let's see here. Okay. I'm at 140, so I'll go 160 here. You guys don't mind if I take some pictures, do you?
No, you're good.
All right, this looks great with that barn back there and everything, so. All right, this is cool. Got this guy fishing. Very cool. I'm at 60th of a second here because I'm at 200 on my ISO. Thanks, guys. Beautiful evening out here. Okay, well, I'm not gonna get too much reflection here. Okay. Need to crank this up from a 60th to be more comfortable at least 160 here. So, and again, I could bump up the ISO, but I want to keep it as low as possible because I can bring all this up in Lightroom, and boy, there's a lot of duck crap out here. Wow. Wow. But that's kind of cool. Let me get this shot. Sweet. And again, I've got my highlight priority tone on, which again, if you're taking JPEGs, then you definitely want to use that because it'll keep your photos from blowing out. If you're using RAW, most of the blowout is okay because you can adjust it with the light setting in Lightroom or whatever you use in Photoshop or whatever you use. But I just like knowing that out of the camera, well, I got this damn shadow here of me, so we will do this. How about that? There we go. I hate these type of shadows, so gotta walk away over here. The first real beautiful, well, not the first real beautiful evening, but one of the first beautiful evenings of the summer. So it's a Friday evening. It's about 8:30. Boy, I could probably do something with this tree right here, I bet you. Well, but it's got a bunch of houses behind it. Oh, you know what? I have to walk onto their property, but I bet if I get on the other side of that tree, that's where a photo will come in. Damn it, my shadow. Damn it. So we'll do some trespassing here. Okay, so this is at 7.1. I'm at 1/60th of a second. My ISO is at 200. So I'm gonna go ahead and bump the ISO up to 400 because I don't want to go too far off this 125. I'm still in there. This is just beautiful. Sorry about that, but that's what we're shooting right there. So pull out the screen, flip screen on the Canon RP, and we can do this. And if you see, I'm doing it this way. Boy, it just looks really cool this way too. Let's see if I can get a little lower. Well, let me take a look at these. One thing about the Awesome, you can look at these inside through your viewfinder, and yeah, they're looking pretty cool. Oh, let me turn this on so I can take photos. I don't know if you can hear me. I've got the GoPro upside down. So this is what we're going to shoot. Look at all those ducks. It'd be great if they just took off. Now this is not much of a shot because there's just not much there to shoot. Yeah, there's just I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's nothing to get excited about. Okay, so now I don't want to walk up and start taking pictures close up. So I need to get way over there, all the way around before the sun goes down. Okay, a couple thoughts, by the way, about this battery grip. Okay, a couple thoughts about this battery grip. This thing is cool. It's only about, like I said, 35, 45 bucks, I'm not sure, but they are now available, and it works awesome. It's what I'm used to with my Canon T3i. It's this thing's very similar in weight once you put the battery grip on with the T3i, T7i's, so I like it. It's not too bulky. I always thought I wanted the big block cameras, but they're kind of like, as soon as you pull off the lot, the value goes down. Well, this could be kind of cool, but with a mirrorless camera, yes, I like that. So I've got some great reflections going here. Some excellent reflections. Okay, of course right here. I'm at 1/60th of a second, 7.1. Still got my highlight tone priority function going. So let me take this, take this up. I'm at 400 ISO also. Take us up to 125, and if I need to, I'll adjust in Lightroom because I've still got plenty of light. Boy, these are just, boom, these clouds are great. I wish there was something. See, the sunset, of course, is over there. And we've got these clouds right here in the water, which are very cool. Let me just, yeah, by themselves, these little cloud peaks here are what's cool. But there's just nothing to do with these. So, and my reflection here is pretty much about gone. So that was a fun, what, 15-20 minutes, maybe more. We're not done yet. We'll do some more. Okay, Canon RP. This thing, badass. This is my first outing, so it's kind of like my first date. And it's at first, I'll be honest with you, when I pulled it out of the box, I wasn't real like enamored immediately because it felt kind of light and almost, God, I don't want to say cheap, but it had that, you know, almost cheap feel to it. Put on the battery grip, which was also a little cheaper feeling than my T3i battery grip, and but now that I've been holding it and examining it for a few days and then comparing it to the T3i, it's about the same weight, width, and everything, so I feel good about that. It's not a huge brick, And again, the difference, the D5s or whatever, I'm sure that, I mean, obviously professionals use those, and I'm not a professional, but their value just drops right away. So if you're going to spend 1,500 bucks, or what I spent, about 1,300, at least if I wanted to resell this probably in the next couple years, I could probably get pretty much close to that back out of it. I don't plan on it. This is the first full frame I've had. It's impossible that I'm going to sell this. There'd be no reason to. I'm not a person that trades up and things like that, so I used a T3i for 7 or 8 years, made a lot of money off that, and I'll make a lot off this. Okay, so let's see if I can frame this in the trees somehow, make it cool. That's kind of neat. Probably don't know if you can see that or not. Okay, so I'm still getting used to the controls. I'm a manual guy. Really haven't had to dig into anything here. I've been keeping the focal point, which I can change by, I can see this. I'll tell you what that is all about, but see how that moved there? This is when you got it up to you. Okay, see how that moved there? Moved there. See, I can drag the focal point everywhere that I want by this, which when I have it up to my, I'm sorry, when I have it up to my face, you can do that, and that's great. So you can move it around, focus on whatever you want to focus on. And so shooting Suburbia. Got a cool Suburbia location, just a few minutes from my house, right around the corner. Wanted to get out and give the old Canon a test. Certainly kicked ass. Let's go ahead and just hit movie. Okay, it's recording movies. Let's see if it focuses on me. I doubt it does, because I don't have it set up, but I've still got the circular polarizer on there, so we'll see. That bad boy off. Let's just see what it did here. I don't know if you can see that. Hey, it focused on me. We'll find out. If it did, I'll put it on the screen. Matter of fact, even if it didn't, I'll put it on the screen. Oh well, whatever. Okay, so if you would like, and I have no problem doing a tutorial on the menu. I've spent the last few days going over the menu, and let's give you something to look at here. I'm going to tip this down a little bit. Sorry about that. Not sure what we're looking at. Hold on a second. Well, let's get another shot this way as well. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and turn the shutter on just so we can take it together. Although you really probably can't see. Whoops. Okay, let me move it there. So we've got our shutter there. I'm also pressing down on the shutter. That's what, when you see it flash like that, I'm pressing down on the shutter just to make sure we're in focus, and then just banging it. So not a huge benefit from just clicking, but it is neat. You do have the shutter up here that you can click now, so you can take your hand away and do one of those numbers. So that's pretty cool. This little tree right here. Let's see what we get. All right, so we got some things to play with. Oh, this is cool too. There's nothing like an evening in front of completely still water. So I'm going to take my priority tone off there. Okay, I'm going to go to My Menu, which this My Menu is very cool. My Menu, I'll show you how to set that up if you'd like. Highlight, alert, oh, I don't have the highlight in here. Focus mode, nope, nope, nope. Okay, so let me go find it then. Highlight tone priority. It is on number 3 of your red. So we've got it there. We'll turn it off. Okay, set it, go back. Now it goes, it doesn't really change much. It just, if you're gonna blow something out, it's not gonna help you. it's going to say you're on your own, you blew it. So there you go. I just feel like there's something here, but I don't have it. Well, the duck screwed up the shot. See, now we got ducks all over the place. Timing's everything. Now all the ripples are going on. The sun's gone. So there we go. That's it. That's a cool little place. I drive by it daily. One of those places I really need to do photos every season or whatever, but you know, it is what it is.